Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is about getting into PA school, or in other words, how I got into PA school. I have a list of 6 things I want to go over with you guys, and this video is for anyone who's considering PA school, or if you don't know yet. I'll just talk a little bit about PA school and how the process of it goes. I can make further more videos that go more in depth about these 6 things that I talk about. Just let me know in the comments and I'll make a separate video for those. First thing first, getting into PA school, you have to have 1,000 hours of experience or more. So the more you have, the more hours of experience you have, the better. These hours show the schools or programs you're trying to go to that you're experienced in the healthcare field, you know what you're doing, you've worked with nurses and doctors, and if you can find a place where you can work with PAs and like see how PAs work on a day-to-day life, that would even be better. So yeah, first thing first, to make sure you have those 1,000 hours of experience, and it's good to start those hours like during your freshman or sophomore year of college, so that way by your junior year or your senior year you're ready to apply and get into these schools. And then the second thing you have to do is try to make connections with the programs you want to get into. For example, I went to Lemoyne College and my college had a PA program, but I didn't want to attend that one, so I decided to like apply to Upstate, which I got in. I got in because I made connections to that school, Upstate. I attended like different webinars they would have, also like visiting the campus and making connections with the admission people, the people who are gonna get you into the program. So I made sure that I made that connection, and like they looked over my application way before I applied. So this was my junior year slash senior year when I was applying. I made sure they looked at my application and like they told me like I was like a competitive applicant, so I was able to apply and then later get in. So yeah, making those connections are very, very important, because if you don't make connections, how is the school gonna know you? Like the school already, the PA program already knew my name, so when they seen my applicant and they seen Aisha and Nadia on there, they're like, oh, we know this girl, she's been here, we've spoken to her, you know. That's a plus. Also, like how you can get connections or how you can make connections with different schools and programs is through your like undergrad years. I was a part of this program called C-STEP. It's like a STEM program, usually for minorities, and then that's where I attended various seminars, and I got to make connections with people from all different programs. It's not only the PA program. I got to make connections for medical school, but I didn't want to go to medical school, so I wanted to attend PA school. So that's where I got my connection from, which was very, very helpful. The third thing on the list is have your CASPA application ready and work on it like at least a year before you apply. If you don't know the CASPA application or what it is, make sure you talk to like your advisor. I'm pretty sure like a lot of college students have advisors in college. I hope you do. But if not, you can always go to maybe talk to your science professors and stuff like that, and see if they can help you or explain to you what a CASPA application is. That's basically where like PA students, like pre-PA students apply through. It's like a website. It has a lot of information. That's why you want to do it like a year ahead or like at least months ahead, so you can take your time, because it's not like an application you can just do for one day. You gotta take your time, make sure everything is correct, make sure you have your personal statement, which I'll talk about later on. Make sure you have all that correct and everything is input in there before that deadline for the program, because each program has different deadlines, so you gotta make sure all of that is completed before the deadline. The fourth thing you should do before like applying to PA school is have other people look over your personal essay, especially people like professors, program directors, or even PA professors. Because on my school, Lemoyne College, I got a PA professor who's already in the program. I got her to look over my personal essay, and she was like, it's a great essay, it's very strong, and everything was perfect. She told me it was perfect, so I was like, that's a good sign. Also, write a personal essay that shows that you're a leader and that you care about the community you're from and that you plan on giving back to that community, because a lot of the programs you apply to, they want to see that you're a leader or you did a lot of work in your community, or in the near future you're trying to stay stay in that area where the program may be. Like, for example, I'm from Syracuse, I want to stay here, I want to work here, or just for some short time or however long I stay in Syracuse. But I did talk about like my leadership or my community service and me giving back to my community as a PA in the future. The fifth thing is to have great references. References it could be anybody in a sense, but usually you want to have like your professors write your great reference, or your advisor, or someone in the community that that can write good things about you that show like what kind of leader you are. So for mine, for example, I had a professor write mine, and then like my advisor, and also like someone in my community who's like a CEO of a program write my references. So you gotta have like good people to write your reference. You can't be like, hey friend, like write my reference for me for PA school. No, you gotta like find the good people to write your reference. And then the last thing I want to talk about is shadowing PAs. I personally didn't have that chance to like shadow a PA due to the pandemic and everything, and like hospitals not allowing students to come shadow. So some schools that's very, very important, and in other schools it's not really required. Like upstate where I'm gonna go attend, I didn't have any PA shadow hours and I still got accepted. But some schools are very strict. There's like a number of hours you have to have. I forgot how many hours, but each program is different. So you gotta look into your program that you're interested in and see what hours, how many hours they want you to have. Those were 6 things that I had in mind. I know there's more things I could have talked about, but this video was meant to be short. But let me know if you guys want me to talk about anything else. I can definitely talk more about PA school and ways you can improve your application, and ways you can hopefully you get accepted into a PA school. So let me know in the comments. Guys, I know I said I had 6 things of what I want to tell you guys about how to get into PA school. I forgot one important thing that I hope everybody needs to know, is that you have to have a bachelor's degree before you apply to PA school. Not an associate's, not a high school diploma, no, a bachelor's degree, okay? And then this bachelor's degree, you can major in anything as long as you have all the prerequisites and courses you need to take for those 4 years. Each program has different prerequisites to take, so make sure you look at each program individually and know which courses you need to take, because you can try to apply for a program in California and you might need like organic chemistry or biochemistry, and if you didn't take that class, you're not going to get into the program. So I had this also happened to me. I was trying to apply to schools out of state, and those states had like a requirement for biochemistry, and I didn't even take biochemistry. So I'm like, that's an X. Let me stick to New York, find something in New York. So I applied to programs in New York, and pretty much all the programs, I had all the prerequisites for it, and I completed all my prerequisites in 4 years. But for some people, you can complete it in 5 years. You just go on your own pace, don't rush, take your time and everything. But that was the last thing. Sorry for missing it out.